Disturbance? Confirmation, please. Okay, thank you. Finally, the recording has been started. Thank you so much. Let's move ahead. So we were there into a capital budgeting techniques. If I try to recall what we had done in the last session, it was about the capital budgeting process. We had seen the various difficulties related to capital budgeting process, and from the difficulties the importance is born, you know. That's how the nature of that's how the law of nature and the nature of law is, that from the difficulty the importance is born. More and more difficult it becomes, more and more important it becomes. That's why we were there into the capital budgeting techniques to evaluate that whether we should do the investment in this project or not, and that's gonna be entirely financial in nature. हमारे तो पंडित जी ने कहा है कि इसमें इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए, इसलिए हम करेंगे. I don't have any problem with that. You may have the other considerations, but only financial evaluation should be done over here, right? मेरी मम्मी तो सर वहाँ पे गई ना, तो उनको बहुत अच्छी वाइब्स आई, तो इसलिए उन्होंने इन्वेस्ट करना हमें बोला और हमने कर दिया. अच्छी बात है, लेकिन यहाँ पे फाइनेंशियल इवैल्यूएशन होगा. So the first technique we had started was the payback period, a very simple technique in which we just try to see that in how many number of years or months or days the initial investment I'm doing in a project is recovered back. Now, how to interpret that? What are the various problems related to it? And how other capital budgeting techniques are better than this everything will be discussed in a due course. But before that, we'll do a numericals of it first, right? It will be a bit of reverse engineering. So let's start solving the numericals. Everyone, please take a snap of the first question so that you won't have to refer it again and again. After taking the retirement from cricket, Mr. Dhoni wants to
Sir,
Yes.
so can you please share this file with us in group so that we can solve with you?
You take a snap of this. No, right now you wanna. I mean, should I send a snap over here to you, or you want this Excel file?
So like we have to solve in pen and paper or we have to solve in Excel the sums.
It's gonna be pen and paper right now. Excel exercises will come in some due time to come.
Okay, then it's fine, sir.
Right. Excel exercises will take place. For that, we'll have more complicated calculations. But we shouldn't be ignoring the pen paper exercises too, right? Because the evaluation generally, if this is not a corona time, then it happens through a pen paper examinations. For the financial management at least. For the other advanced subjects you will face in third and fourth semester, it will be software based evaluation. Anyway, let's move ahead. After taking the retirement from cricket, Mr. Dhoni wants to invest in one cricket academy startup. He will invest 10 crores in that startup. He is expecting the following cash inflows from the same. Find the payback period in years, months, days format. So we have got years and we are expecting the cash inflows in all of these 6 years. And we are supposed to tell to Mr. Dhoni that in how many number of years and month and days he will recover back his entire investment of 10 crores. Now, can someone tell me what should we do to find this? In which year? Let me further simplify this to all of you. In which year I will recover back my 10 crores? I hope you are getting my point. What shall we do? क्या कर सकते हैं तो हमें मालूम पड़े कि कितने समय के अंदर पैसा रिकवर हो रहा है. कोई नहीं. अरे भैया कोई नहीं, चलो चैट बॉक्स में भी कोई दिख नहीं रहा है इधर, तो कुछ तो बताओ क्या कर सकते हैं, सिंपल सा है, कुछ नहीं करने का है। वेल फ्रेंड्स, we may find the cumulative cash inflows we have recovered from this. So accordingly, we'll come to know that where we are recovering this 10 crores, you know. So let's just prepare these two columns. मेरे तो Excel में है ही, so I won't do it now. I will just start with the third column. So you may just write this inflows, and here I am writing cumulative cash inflows. So the first year it will obviously be 275 crores. I mean 2 crore 75 lakhs. Then the total of first and second, I guess 275 plus 315. So it should be 4, 5. So I guess 590, right? If I'm not wrong. Huh. 590 plus 225. So I guess we should get 5 है 6 7 8 8 15. Please cross verify that. 815 plus 180, so I will get 995. 995 plus 115, so we get I guess 11 95 11 10, if I'm not wrong. Please cross verify that. 995 plus 115, तो 95 में 5 ऐड किए तो 10 बाकी रहते हैं, ठीक है, डन. Then in that we add 325. Now it's not required as well not to add it, but still we shouldn't be discontinuing like this, you know, otherwise it would be like, तो एक के लिए क्यों बाकी रख गया भाई, कर लेते हैं. कुछ लोगों को फिर क्वेश्चन होगा कि सर एक के लिए क्यों बाकी रख दिया. Add 325 too, so that will come 1435. Well, now can someone tell me that in which year our total investment of 10 crore rupees is recovered? Will tell me that. अभी तक नहीं, अब तो कोई बताओ. सर आप तो एक तो दोपहर को लेक्चर लेते हो, हमने इतने ज़्यादा लेक्चर्स लोगों के अटेंड कर लिए हैं, हमारे पास तो एक तो एनर्जी बिल्कुल रही नहीं है, तो क्या करें बेटा, दैट्स द नेचर ऑफ बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स प्रोग्राम, यू नो, you'll have to put extra efforts. अब कौन बता सकता है किधर कौन से ईयर में वी आर रिकवरिंग बैक आवर इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ 10 crores? It's happening between 4th and 5th, if I'm not wrong. Yes or no? So one thing you can see that, sir, it is taking something more than 4 years. So I can at least say it is 4 years plus something. Now I don't know what is that something. Now let me make one more assumption over here in this something, that during the year my cash inflows are evenly distributed. That means I am ignoring the seasonal movement of cash inflows. Practically, possibly there will be seasonal fluctuations in your cash inflow. You know, in some of the months you may receive the higher cash inflows, in some of the months you will be receiving the dull cash inflows. But we are assuming that in each and every month, each and every day, we receive identical, evenly distributed cash flows. So now if we make this assumption, then we may modify formula a bit. We may find this something now, you know. Let's say we want to totally recover back 10 crores. Now I'll find that what is the remaining amount to be recovered back. Up to 4 year, I have covered 995. So I guess 5 lakhs are remaining to be recovered back, right? If I'm not wrong. Okay, so the formula will slightly be modified like this. I'm writing a formula for this something. Remaining amount to be recovered back divided by the cash inflow of fifth year. Now, what's the logic behind it? See, the logic is a cross multiplication, a very simple logic. Say 1 year will be taken, the entire fifth year. In total, it's 1 year, right? So, entire fifth year will give you 1 crore 15 lakhs. But you are supposed to recover back only the 5 lakhs which are pending in your 10 crores, right? Because 995 has already been happened up to your number 4. So 5 lakhs is remaining. So to recover this 5 lakhs back, how much year you will be taking? If 115 is taking 1 year, then 5 lakhs will be taking how much year? So if you do the cross multiplication, 5 multiplied by 1 divided by 115, right? So that's the same formula. So remaining amount to be recovered back divided by cash inflow of the fifth year. Why I have used the fifth year in this case? Because it's 4 completed years. If this would have been 5 completed years, so here in the denomination, I would have written the cash inflow of sixth year. If this would have been 6 completed years, then in the denominator, I would have written 7th year's cash inflow. I hope that sounds clear to everyone. So let me just write it. 4 plus remaining amount to be recovered back 5 divided by 115. Can someone tell me what do we get in point? 4 point? Use your calculators. Some people would be like, we will be using our mind. तो बेटा calculation में mistake होगी. तुम आइंस्टाइन के जितने शार्प हो तो करो, माइंड भी यूज करो, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. व्हाट डू वी गेट द आंसर इन पॉइंट? प्लीज लेट मी नो. One of you should be doing it in the calculator so that I keep on receiving the answers here.
4.043.
4.043. And that in years. Now, sir, 4.043 years doesn't look good, no? If I tell someone, एक काम करना 4.2 ईयर के बाद पैसे लेके जाना, तो he would be like, क्या पागल हो गया है? 4.2 years मतलब क्या होता है? It should be a number of months, right? After 4 years. So 4 years is pretty much understandable. What is this 0.4 years? That doesn't look good. So let's convert it into number of months now. So what I'm doing is, say 1 year equal to 12 months, right? Then I am supposed to convert this 0.43. So 0.043 year will be equal to how many number of months? So again a cross multiplication. So I can write it like 0.043 multiplied by 12 divided by 1. So what do we get in number of months? Can someone tell me please? Zero 0.043 multiplied by 12. What do we get there? All of you. Okay, I had received few answers over there in the chat box, but I am really sorry. I was unable to see that, you know. The answer was, it was correctly guessed by Miss Titli, Miss Hemali, as well as Miss Vaishali. Mr. Mitesh has left the meeting. Some people are playing the garba, coming in, going out. आते हैं, जाते हैं, अनुष्का शर्मा के डेंड्रफ की तरह. 0.516. Okay, so I can write it for 0.52 as well, right? Now, please check it out that you are getting the right answer. Let me just cross-verify the cash inflows over here. 590 plus 225. 815 सही है. उसके बाद में 180 मतलब कि 995, ये भी सही है। चलो क्यूमुलेटिव कैश फ्लो सही है तो हमारा आंसर सही ही होगा। Anyway, let's move ahead. So we'll get something in months, right? Sir, that month is how much? 0.516 month. Point 516 month. Now that will again not look good, no? If it is an absolute completed number of months, then it's pretty much understandable. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. किसी को बोलो कि 0.516 के मंथ के बाद आना, तो पहले तो झाड़ू लेके मारेगा आपको। 0.516 क्या होता है, किसने पढ़ा है तुम्हें, कहाँ से थियरी पढ़ पढ़ के आ जाते हो? So it should also be converted into number of days. So some people will be like, say in a year we'll have 28 days, we may have 29, we may have 31, we may have 30. So until we have the exact month and year, how can we find that? चलो इतना complications में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. We'll be assuming that in a year, in a month we'll have 30 days, right? So I'll further convert that into days. Let's say 1 month equal to 30 days. Then 0.516 month will be equal to how many number of days? So sir, 0.516 multiplied by 30 divided by 1. What do we get in number of days now? Can someone tell me please? $15.48. Good. So 15.48 now may be approximated, you know. So I may just write it like 15 days. Because friend, what happens, because इसके बाद में तुम 0.4 को फिर some people will be like, sir, let's convert that into number of hours. फिर कुछ रहेगा तो then some people will be like, sir, let's convert that into number of minutes, number of seconds, number of microseconds, number of nanoseconds. तो ये तो चलता जाएगा चलता जाएगा चलता जाएगा, तो कहीं पे तो एंड करना है. It's good. I mean, if you approximate it with number of days, it's pretty much understood. लेकिन मंथ पे अप्रोक्सीमेट नहीं करना है, क्योंकि तुम मंथ को 3.4 को 3 बोल दोगे तो 3.4 is different from 3, right? That's a very significant number of days. 3.4 number of months may be somewhere around 12 to 15 days more. So that much of approximation will be very big. But in days we can do. So my final answers can be like 4 years and 15 days. 4 years and 15 days. Because there are no completed number of months in between, you know. I hope that's clear to everyone now. We'll be able to get it once we'll have few more questions in the similar lines. Mr. Royal Challenger is planning to establish various branches of Viruska Fitness Club, gymnasiums across the cities of India. भाई हमें क्या मतलब है, तेरे को जो करना है कर पैसों से, हमें बता हमें करना क्या है. His investment will be 200 crores. बड़े लोग बड़ी बड़ी बातें, 200 करोड़. He is expecting the cash inflow of 15 crores in each year for next 20 years. Okay. Find the payback period in years, months, and days format, just like we had done in the first question. Now, when you have a homogeneous, identical cash flow for each year, like 15 crores in each year, then the formula becomes pretty simple. Initial investment divided by the annual cash inflow. That becomes the formula to find the number of years of payback period. Let me write it. Payback period in this case will be initial investment divided by annual cash inflow. Now I can use this formula only if this annual cash inflow is homogeneous, identical, similar in all this number of years till the lifetime. That's not practically realistic, but still it's given to us in the question, so we are taking it. So straight away I can just write it 200. You may just ignore zeros for a while, and in denomination you have got 15. So you'll got this many number of years as a payback period. What's the answer? Can someone tell me, please?
13.33.
13.33. And that too in years. Now 0.33 years should be converted into month, right? So sir, 1 year equal to 12 months, then 0.33 year will be equal to how many number of months? So equal to 0.33 multiplied by 12 divided by 1. What do we get there? Can someone tell me, please? ये 12 का 1/3 पार्ट है, तो 12 का 1/3 तो कितने होते? 4 होते। I guess 3.99 or something you will be getting. 3.96. So 3.96, 3.98, 3.99. This everything you may just approximate it to 4 years, because it's quite near to 4 months. Four months. Well, so my payback period shall be 13 years and 4 months. It is pretty much near to 4, no? That's why I have approximated it to 4 months. Okay, now in this question, we'll try to go through some constraints, bottlenecks, and problems with this payback period. It suffers from various deficiencies. So let's see that where there is a scope of improvement in the payback period or where it's not very suitable method. So I'm starting the question number 3 now. Please take a snap of it, all of you. Shall I move it with question number 3? May I have a confirmation from the students, please? All of you. Chota sa confirmation, please. Shall I move ahead? Okay, Mr. Vishal is. Arre, Mitesh to bhai aa gaya. Achhi baat hai. Very nice. Miss Shreya as well. Mr. Deepesh, too. Nice to see such kind of an enthusiasm and energy in the last lecture, and that is to extra one. Oh, Miss Sanaya is planning to invest in one film studio for which she has 2 alternatives. In both the cases, the cash outflow will be 16 crores. Okay, aage बढ़ भाई बहन तू. However, the cash inflow from both the alternatives are different as given below. First of all, we have got the years, 7 years. Now she wants to establish one film studio, and 2 people have made the proposal for a film studio. One proposal was made by Rohan Real Estate Limited. Another proposal was made by Abhimanyu Real Estate Limited. But the cash flows are pretty different. So a plan suggested by Rohan Real Estate Limited gives the cash inflow of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5 crores. And it is looking quite reverse when it comes to Abhimanyu Real Estate Limited. Well, let's read that. What is the requirement? As per the payback period method, in which project she should invest. Okay. Also write your observations about the criticisms of the payback method. And I know that you will only be deriving these criticisms, I won't be doing. Now, first of all, just let me know that what is the total amount we are recovering back in plan A and plan B. Let's do the total of all the cash inflows first. Plan A, what do we have? Can someone tell me? And plan B. एक ने 2 3 ने 3 6 ने 4 10 ने 15 ने 21 ने 5 26. So I guess we have got 26 crores in plan A. Some ADAs and ADs will be using the calculator for this simple calculations too. यहाँ तक तो 15 है 15 plus 6 will be 21 plus 7 will be 28. करो मजे करो तुम लोग. कैलकुलेशन भी सर करे, क्वेश्चन भी सर सोल्व करे, बोले भी वो, करे भी वो, सब कुछ वही करे, हमें तो कुछ करना ही नहीं है. Okay. Now see, that is the point to be taken into account. Huh? Plan A is in total gives you 26 crores and plan B in total gives you 28 crores. Okay, let's move to the payback period now. So I'm finding the payback period of plan A first of all. Let's use the formula, pretty simple to understand. First of all, what do? We find the cumulative amount, right? So I'm writing here cash inflow, cumulative cash inflow, and accordingly we'll get the answer. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. सर हमें तो ये क्वेश्चन आता है, हम लिखने वाले नहीं हैं. तो मेरे को तो आता है भैया, मेरे को तो आंसर भी मालूम है, फिर भी लिख रहा हूं ना. देखो, कर्म किए जा बेटा, फल की चिंता मत कर. कर्म को कभी, कर्म को है ना, कभी छोटा मत समझो. कोई भी काम छोटा नहीं होता. Even though you are aware about it, still writing will give you some retention and benefits. Some people will be like, यहाँ पे तो spirituality की बातें हो रही है. Anyway, let's move ahead. 1 2 3 4. ये जीरो वापस नहीं लिखने हैं because I am also the elite level. I'll say like you guys. 3 4 5 6. Okay, and last year I have got 5 crores. Okay, let me find the cumulative. First we get 1. Then 1 plus 2 will be 3. 3 plus 3 will be 6. 6 plus 4 will be 10. 10 plus 5 will be 15. 15 plus 6 will be 21. And 21 plus 5 will be 26. Okay, so where we are recovering back our total amount of investment of 16 crores. Can someone tell me कौन सा year के बीच में? कौन सा year के बीच में? बताओ, बताओ. कौन से साल के बीच में रिकवर करेंगे पैसा? 16 करोड़ कहाँ पे रिकवर हो रहा है यार, कोई तो बताओ. इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई? सो गया ये जहां, सो गया आसमां. Oh, we have got answer from Ms. Shreya as well as Mr. Jaydev. Thank you so much. So it's between 5th and 6th year. So formula looks very simple. So it's something which is more than 5 plus remaining amount to be recovered back divided by the cash inflow of 6th year. If there would have been 6 instead of 5 here, then in denominator I would have put 7th. But here I have got 5, so that's why I'm keeping it over here 6th. So therefore, sir, 5 we are supposed to recover back 1 crores because 15 crores are already been received. To be divided by the cash inflow of the 6th year. What do we have there in the 6th year? In 6th year, we are covering 6 crores if I'm not wrong. Yes, 6 crores. So what do we get over there? Therefore, 5.1 divided by 6. 5 point. तितली जयदेव 5.1667. हेमाली ने आंसर दे दिया. चलो 5.1667. अच्छा 5.167 को मंथ में कन्वर्ट करना शुरू कर दो. चलो Chalo. 5.1667 years. Now let's convert this into month. So if 1 year equal to 12 months, then 0.1667 year will be equal to how many months? So 0.1667 multiplied by 12 divided by 1. What do we get there? Can someone tell me, please? 2. Yes, pretty much near to 2. So I can just write it like 2 months there. Okay, so my final answer shall be 5 years and 2 months. Okay, so let's find it for plan number B now. Similarly, we'll do the yearly calculations, first cash inflow and the cumulative cash inflow. एक्सेल में 2 ही मिनट का काम है, लेकिन अब क्या करें, हमारे पास पेन पेपर एग्जामिनेशन के क्वेश्चंस भी तो होते हैं. Or I am the firm believer of the fact that you should be able to do it conceptually on a pen paper first, and then you should go to the analytical aspects, you know. Okay, 5 4 3 2 1. So I'm writing 5 4 3 2 1. Then we have got 6, and in the last year we have got 7. So let's find the cumulative. The first we have got 5 plus 4 will be 9, plus 3 will be 12, plus 2 will be 14, plus 1 will be 15, plus here we'll have 21, plus here we'll have 21 plus 7, 28 crores. So where will be our payback period? Can someone tell me? We are supposed to recover back 16 crores, and in both the plans, the cash outflow is anyway going to be 16 crores only. कौन से साल में? कौन बताएगा? अब तो हलवा है, हलवा. क्या है? Halwa. 5th and 6th, stated by Ms. Shreya as well. Nice. So sir, between 5th and 6th our payback period is there, and if you just see over there, no, in the plan number A, it looks quite similar. So 15, it will be same, you know, check it out. So in 6th year, here you have got 6, and in 6th year, here also you have got 6. So your payback period of plan B will be 5 years and 2 months. So let me just write it over here. Plan B, payback period will be 5 years and 2 months. Now, how do we derive to a conclusion based on the payback period? See, shorter the payback period, better is for the company, because company is able to recover back the money quickly, right? So shorter is always better. Now here in this case, both of these two plans is giving me the same payback period of 5 years and 2 months. But I know that these two plans are not same. There are some fundamental problems with the payback period. The decision making based on the payback period suffers with various deficiencies. Can someone tell me from this data, from these numbers, that where is the problem? Try to see. Somewhere you have got the problem with the payback period. For payback period, both of these plans are indifferent, you know. Whether you go with plan A or plan B, it gives you the same answer. It puts you in again in a trauma. For a payback period, both are same, but we know that both are not same. Where is the problem? You can unmute yourself. Don't worry. Miss Titli is saying me that plan B is better. Are you agreeing with her? All of you? Or you have a counter opinion? Jaydev, Himali, Gaurav, Vaishali, try to see what's the problem there. Yes, Miss Himali is also in agreement with Miss Titli. Okay, so that is the one reason correctly identified, that plan B gives you the better cash inflows in the initial years, and earlier we receive the money, better is for a company, because there is a time value of money, right? For a layman who doesn't possess any knowledge of finance, you would straight away say that, sir, सेम ही तो है, 5 साल में दोनों में 15 crore है. But there is a problem, the time value of money. Payback period does not consider the order, or I may say the sequence of cash inflows. It ignores the sequence of cash inflows, whether you receive 5 crores in the year number 1 during a payback period, or you receive 5 crores in year number 5 during a payback period, it really does not matter to it. That's where the problem is. The time value of money is not considered at all by the payback period. That is the one problem. But there are a few other problems as well. Can someone tell me another problem with this? कुछ और भी प्रॉब्लम है, ये एक प्रॉब्लम नहीं है इसमें. कौन सा हो सकता है बताइए जरा, लगाइए अपने दिमाग के घोड़े थोड़े दौड़ाइए.
So there's one thing I can notice. In plan A, the inflow of cash is like consistent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5. But in plan B, between year 5 and 6, it jumps from 1 to 6. I don't know what it is. But that seems a little different.
Okay, so there is some problem with plan number B2, where it jumps from 1 to 6, understood. Anything else? May not be a problem with the payback period, it may be a problem with that proposal itself. So we may further analyze it, like why the cash flows are jumping from 1 to 6 just in a year. What could be the potential reasons behind it? So those reasons may be specifically related to the proposal offered by that company. It does not have any relationship with the payback period, right? So there is one more problem with the payback period. Who will tell me? Anyone else? Okay, no one. Let me do it for you now. See, in the plan number 1, the total cash inflows were how much? 26 crores. In plan number B, what was the total cash inflows? 28 crores. Once the payback period is achieved, the rest cash inflows are ignored by the payback period. ये तो ऐसी बात हुई कि अगर तुम्हें कैश इनफ्लोस पेबैक पीरियड के बाद अच्छे हो रहे हैं तो उसको तो तुमने कंफर्टेबली इग्नोर कर दिया ना. What about the cash inflows occurred in year number 7? In year number 7, the cash inflows from the first plan was just 5 crores. But in year number 7, the cash flows from the plan number 2 were 7 crores. So being specific, I can say that payback period ignores the cash inflows occurring after the payback period, which is the major problem. No, your project is not there at a place just for the payback period. It will further survive for few more number of years, right, till the time we have the useful life from the project. How about those cash flows? Pretty much ignored. So here is where we have got the criticisms. Now we may do, we may go to a presentation. Let's see what are the problems with this payback period. So this is the reverse engineering we have done. First of all, it ignores the time value of money, as it was stated by Ms. Titli as well as Hemali. Then it does not consider all the cash inflows. Third point, it is not realistic and ignores the profitability. You don't know what is the exact percentage of profit you have received from this project. Can you say that from the payback period? No. If I ask you one question, that what is the exact rate of return you have got from this payback period, can you answer this? No. It neglects project's return on investment. How much return you have got from the investment cannot be stated by the payback period. But against that, it has got some really good advantages too. Number one, it's quite simple to use and easy to understand. You can calculate it without involving much maths. Even a layman can calculate it. हमने सुना हुआ है, राइट? अय्या भाई साहब, तो आपने अमीन मार्क पे दुकान ली है, तो आपका पेबैक पीरियड कितना है? Before investing in any shop or any business, we have always heard from our parents, from our relatives about the payback period from the project, right? That in how many number of months or days or years we'll be able to recover back our investment entirely. It offers you a quick solution. It may not be a very appropriate capital budgeting technique to use in every situations and circumstances, but it at least give you some light related to a project. It's not like it's not useful at all. You can at least come to know that, in how many number of years I'll be able to recover back my money. A quick solution. Preference to liquidity. Well, if the companies are starving from cash, they are facing the liquidity crisis. They are unable to generate the cash efficiently and effectively. In those situations, this method becomes certainly very relevant. Because for those companies, the primary requirement is to recover back the investment as quickly as possible because they are starving from cash. Sometimes the profitability does not matter much to them. For them, in those occasions, quicker payment of cash matters more because they are facing some liquidity issues. Especially the debt-ridden companies, those who are having the too much of fixed obligation of debt, for them, shorter period of recovery of investment becomes a very, very important criteria. Because they want to recover, they want to repay back their loans and borrowings as quickly as possible. Especially in circumstances where there are some uncertainties, there may be economic uncertainties. The currency of some countries are very, very volatile in nature. If I give you the example like Zimbabwean dollar, earlier one Zimbabwean dollar was equal to $1 USD, but right now it may be somewhere around 70,000 Zimbabwean dollar would be equal to $1 USD. Even a packet of bread is selling at $40,000 of Zimbabwe over there. That's a hyperinflation. Hyperinflation. Ekta Kapoor ki serial ki tarah 3 baar. In some situations, the primary requirement for companies, if you are investing in those kind of countries, if you find some opportunities or due to some governmental mandatory requirements, you are supposed to invest over there only to get some benefits of subsidy or some production over there. Then your primary requirement becomes by जितना जल्दी इसमें से कट मार लेना उतना अच्छा है. If there are some political instability like the countries of Middle East, Pakistan में एक गवर्नमेंट ने अभी तक 5 साल कंप्लीट नहीं किया है. उसकी मिलिट्री आके वहां पे गवर्नमेंट को हटा देती है. 3-4 साल तो बस खत्म, 5 साल कोई गवर्नमेंट कंप्लीट ही नहीं करती है. अब ऐसे कंट्रीज के अंदर तुमने इन्वेस्टमेंट कर दिया है. अब now why any company will be doing the investment? Because these countries are very resources rich countries, If you take the countries like Syria or Middle East, they have got good amount of oil, they have got good amount of natural resources, and that's why this all fight is all about that, you know. There is a foreign aggression. Each and every country involves in the foreign affairs of Syria. रशिया भी करता है, यूएस भी करता है, इधर से इंडिया चाइना भी करते हैं, उनकी तो वाट लगी हुई है बेचारों की। अब यहाँ पे अगर इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है तो आपका प्राइमरी क्राइटेरिया क्या है? भाई निकल लो इधर से, जितना हो सके उतना उधर से जल्दी निकल लो। वंस योर payback period is achieved, no, once your investment amount is recovered back, at least you are assured that your investment is recovered back. Now whatever happens with the project, we'll see that. That will be a bonus from project. So there may be political instability, economic crisis. Some countries के अंदर तो पॉलिटिक्स ही इतना वॉलेटाइल होता है। म्यांमार के अंदर मिलिट्री ने टेक ओवर कर दिया, गवर्नमेंट को ही हटा दिया। ओ गवर्नमेंट, टाटा बाय बाय सी यू, अब आपकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है, अब हम हैंडल करेंगे। अब ऐसी सिचुएशंस के अंदर आपका प्राइमरी क्राइटेरिया क्या बन जाता है? सर पैसा जल्दी से रिकवर करना है। सो इन अनसर्टेनिटीज the primary criteria becomes the payback period. So that is also an advantage. Well, these are various merits and demerits of the payback period. In the next lecture, we'll go to the accounting rate of return. We'll explore that. First of all, my methodology will be doing the pen paper exercises, and last 2 or 3 sessions of this module, we'll do the data oriented Excel exercises. Okay, so that's it from my side. If you have any queries or question, please let me know, or you may just give me a confirmation through the chat box. If you have any queries, please let me know, guys. Is it clear till now, all of you? Okay, received confirmation from Miss Hemali, from Mr. Jaydev, from Miss Titli too. Nice to see that. Okay, so that's it from my side. Received from Vaishali, Deepesh too. Nice. Please put your enrollment number as a mark of your attendance. That's it from my side for the day. Bye-bye, take care, sayonara. See you all in the next lecture again. And thank you so much for being present over here in the session of 3:30. Take care.